From the heart of the county where the lights shine bright, athletes grind hard every day, every night. Dreams get built, legends come alive. You're now tuned in. This is the Hive, where the hustle meets hope and the stories get told. From the young to the vets, chasing dreams bold. Friday night lights to that college drive. We salute the ones keeping that fire alive. Hosted by Bobby B, bringing truth and pride. Real talk, real hard, and the home team vibe. From the field to the mic, the culture survives. Welcome to the movement, welcome to the Hive.
Onslow County, what up? It's your boy Bobby B. Welcome back to another high energy, high impact, high everything episode of the Hive, the Onslow County Sports Buzz. We didn't get to drop last week's episode, but that just means I got something better for you today. So this episode is a playoff doubleheader. We're breaking down the second round and the third round of the North Carolina State playoffs. All the fireworks, all the momentum swings, all the big time plays, and all the guys who stepped up when their team needed them the most. The county has been electric these last 2 weeks. The energy has been ridiculous. The students are hyped, the parents are locked in, the stadiums have been packed, and Onslow County football has hit a level we haven't seen in a long time. Jacksonville is rolling, Northside is rising. Two programs separated by 3 miles with the same mission: keep surviving and advancing. If you're an athlete, you feel it in your chest. If you're a parent, you know exactly what these weeks mean. If you're from here, if you're born and raised in these streets, these neighborhoods, these stadiums, you live for this atmosphere. Right here on the Hive, we're here to celebrate. Breaking down and giving the exclusive touch on the Onslow County football. Before we jump into the football madness, you know I gotta show love to the folks that keeps the Hive buzzing.
Sharice Hatchell, you're a real estate expert. Whether you're buying, selling, renting, or you just have questions about real estate, Sharice turns houses into homes and dreams into closings. Dowdy's Hauling, fast, reliable, and local. If you need something moved or cleared, Dowdy's is the name to call. Let's Talk Podcast with Mikhail Mutassit. Real conversations, real growth. Go stream it and support local media done right. Wide Receiver University, the premier spot for elite speed training, combine prep, route running, and catching technique. Whether you're grinding for Friday nights or chasing Saturdays, Wide Receiver U is where wideouts are built, not born.
All right, Onslow County, let's talk playoff football. And since we didn't get to drop last week's episode, we're going to do this double feature style.
Jacksonville did Jacksonville things. 52-12 over Harnett Central. And honestly, the game was over before the nachos got warm. End of the first quarter, 28-6. Second half, running clock. The Cardinal defense shut down Harnett's air attack quickly, held star quarterback Kobe Howard to under 100 passing yards and picked him off twice, including a pick six by Dezo. And Michael Chicken Blackwell gets his first career touchdown. Welcome to the stat sheet, young man. Senior quarterback A.J. Washington had 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing TD. Junior running back Amari Pearson had 151 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. And junior wide receiver Saron Juice Thompson had 118 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Cardinals allowed less than 150 total yards and advanced to the third round. Northside picked up his first playoff win in 6 years, beating Person 41-20. Freshman running back Zion Jones introduced himself to the entire county. 34 carries, 226 yards, and 2 TDs. Sophomore quarterback 3J Gray struggled passing, 39% completion and 1 interception, but made up for it like a warrior. 9 carries, 60 yards, 3 rushing TDs. Junior linebacker Jackson Duke had a monster game. 7 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. Monarchs marching to the third round. White Oak Vikings fell to Northern Nash 48-18, but fought all night. Quarterback Josh Smith showed out, 164 passing yards, 1 passing TD, 63 rushing yards, 1 rushing TD. Wide receiver Elliot Pineda led the team with 87 receiving yards. Vikings gave up 440 total yards and lost 2 fumbles, but this season was a true step forward for the Vikings program. Dixon Bulldogs fell to Northeast Guilford 49-22, but senior running back J.J. Goulet went out like a legend. 223 rushing yards, 3 TDs, 116 QB rating. Northeast recovered 4 fumbles, and the Bulldogs couldn't climb out of that hole. But hey, JJ finished the year as the leading rusher in the state and also leading the state in rushing TDs. It was a huge season for the boys from Sneeds Ferry.
And now, the wildness.
Cardinals survive an absolute thriller, winning 35-34 to reach the 4th round for the 2nd straight season. Senior quarterback A.J. Washington and junior running back Omari Pearson combined for 250 rushing yards. That's grown man football. And the crazy part, Jacksonville overcame 3 special team turnovers. Scotland County freshman running back Mike McLean went off again, 3 touchdowns after his 6th touchdown night last week. But the moment of the game, sophomore DJ Williams picks off a 2-point conversion attempt that would have gave Scotland the lead. That play saved the season. Cardinals advance. Monarchs win 28-21, and it was a chess match from start to finish. 3J Gray continues his superstar rise, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Big target Jamir Mitchell used all 6'5" of his frame to snag 3 catches, 2 for touchdowns. On defense, Northside bent but did not break. St. Paul's running back McBride got 200 rushing yards, but the Monarchs held him to only 1 touchdown, and that was massive. Turnovers told the story. St. Paul's early mistakes, Northside late mistakes. But Northside has been battle tested all year, so there was never a moment of panic. Monarchs advance.
2 teams, 2 wins, 2 programs carrying the pride of the county into the 4th round. Jacksonville, Northside, Onslow County football is alive and well. But before we move on, we gotta show some real love to future Onslow County football players. Huge salute, big time salute to the
Storm Elite 7U Savages and the Southwest 8U Stallions for winning the state championship in their division the other weekend. That right there is special. That's history in the making. I am a firm believer that youth sports are the backbone of every high school program. Those little cliques running around today, that's your Friday night talent 5, 6, or even 7 years from now. That's pipeline. That's where the hunger starts. And man, I remember being that kid, playing Pop Warner, stepping onto that high school football field. The light seemed bigger back then, the grass smelled different, and the energy hit your chest like a drum. I remember being on those sidelines, watching Robert Anderson and Mike Choice run the ball, watching them break tackles, hearing the crowd go crazy, and right then I said, I want to be a Cardinal. That's the power of youth football.
So, to the Savages and the Stallions, keep working, keep dreaming, keep having fun. Onslow County sees you, and the Hive sees you. Trust me, your time is coming. All right, y'all. It's time for a special edition of our Player Spotlight. And this week, we're running with 2 dogs, 2 ballers, 2 players who changed the course of the playoff run. 1 in the 2nd round and 1 in the 3rd. We're starting with a young man who turned into a whole problem for Person High School, junior linebacker
Jackson Duke of Northside. And listen, if you watch that game, then you already know. Jackson was everywhere. Let's go down the list. 7 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception with a 16-yard return. That's not a stat line, that's a resume. Jackson was flying around so much The whole crowd, all 17 fans that Northside had in their bleachers, started pulling out their phones on max preps like, hold on, who is this kid? 5'9", 160 pounds soaking wet, but he played like he was 6'3", 225 pounds, and straight out of the SEC. Some players shrink when the lights hit. Jackson Duke makes the lights brighter. A leader, a baller, a tone setter. Jackson, if you're listening, remember, what would Bobby Hatchell do? Keep shining, young man.
Now, let's talk about the kid who made probably the biggest play for Jacksonville this season so far. Sophomore defensive back,
DJ Williams Jr. This kid had himself a game. He had key tackles, he closed space, he read plays early. He played like he studied the whole Scotland County playbook the night before. And don't forget, he had a 40-yard kick return that flipped field position and put the Cardinals in prime scoring territory early. But all of that was just warm-up because the moment came late. Jacksonville up 35-34, a minute and 30 left on the clock. Scotland County is lining up for two. They want to win, season on the line, and then Scotland County pulls out the trick bag, the Philly special. The entire Cardinal defense bites. Every single player crashes into the backfield except one, DJ Williams. He's stuck between two Scotland County players leaking out. Most DBs panic, but DJ, he baited the quarterback, showed him just enough space to think his guy was open. QB floats it, and then DJ comes flying across the goal line out of nowhere like a red missile. Snatches the ball out the air, takes a few steps, and then slides down. And just like that, Jacksonville's season was saved. That play sealed the win. That play punched the ticket to the fourth round. That play made him a household name in Onslow County. DJ Williams, take a bow. That's how legends start.
This week's former Onslow great is a name that still carries weight, not just in Jacksonville, but in hearts all across the Onslow County.
Dwight Geron Harper Jr., known as Big Greasy, born and raised in Maysville, North Carolina, was more than an athlete. He was a leader, a mentor, and a light in every space he stepped into. Geron was one of the original Monarchs, part of that first wave that helped put Northside High School on the map. He anchored that defense and earned Most Valuable Defensive Player every single season. He wasn't just good, he was different. The kind of player that made coaches say, we're building around him. He helped guide Northside to his first playoff win in school history. Became the school's first All-Star to earn a collegiate football scholarship and even represented Onslow County in the annual East-West All-Star game. But it didn't stop there. Big Greasy was also a beast on the basketball court. East Central Conference Player of the Year in 2003 and 2004. Northside's Most Valuable Offensive Player. After graduation, he took his talents to Fayetteville State University, where he kept dominating. Most Outstanding Linebacker from 2004 to 2007. Most Outstanding Defensive Player in 2007. And an All-CIAA linebacker in 2007. Off the field, he was pure heart, a mentor, and a role model at Britt Haven Residential Group Home, changing the lives of kids. He was set to graduate in December of 2008 with a degree in criminal justice, already accepted a position as a United States Air Marshal in Washington, D.C. But just 2 days before walking the stage, on December 11, 2008, Geron's life was cut short, a tragedy that shook the community. But his legacy, his spirit never faded. Today, when you walk through Northside, when you see those Monarch colors, or when a young linebacker lines up with fires in their eyes, that's Geron Harper.
This has been former Onslow Greats, brought to you by Bobby's Tees, printing the past, present, and future of Onslow County sports.
So, every time a Monarch takes the field with heart, every time a young man chooses to lead instead of follow, that's Geron shining through. R.I.P. Big Greasy. You are truly missed, and your bright shining light continues to guide every player, every coach, every heart you ever touch. Alright y'all, it's time for the Fall Sports Buzz. And today, we got to show love for a program that built a tradition of excellence year after year. A program who just doesn't play soccer, but competes in a championship standard every single season. We're talking about
Jacksonville Cardinals soccer. The Cardinals went toe-to-toe in the fourth round of the state playoffs, battling East Chapel Hill High School in a game that had everything: energy, grit, momentum swings, and playoff heart. It took double overtime to settle it, and Jacksonville fell just short, 3-2, bringing an end to an incredible run. Now listen, double overtime in the fourth round, that's not failure. That's a team leaving absolutely everything on the field. That's a team that refused to fold, refused to quit, and demanded to be respected until the very last whistle. The Cardinals finished the season 16-5-2. That's 16 wins, a conference championship, and another year where Jacksonville showed the entire state that this program is built differently. Every game this season you saw the same identity: disciplined play, elite conditioning, high soccer IQ, toughness when things got physical, and a team-first mentality that coaches dream of. And for everyone wondering what the future looks like, Cardinals returned their leading scorer, Landon Adams, who stepped up all season as a go-to guy, a playmaker, and one of the most dangerous attacking players in the conference. This young man is growing every single game, and that's bad news for everybody who has to play Jacksonville next year. And honestly, that's a beautiful thing about this team. They're not rebuilding, they're reloading. This group has talent, they have chemistry, and with the way they finished this playoff run, they got a taste of what it takes to make it even further. So Cardinal soccer, hold your head high. This was a great season, a season to be proud of, a season that showed heart, discipline, and Cardinal pride. Keep grinding, keep believing, because if this group comes back hungry, next season could be something special.
All right, Onslow County. We talked round 2, talked round 3. Now it's time for the big one, round 4. The Elite 8, 2 Onslow County teams still standing. Let's talk about what's coming this Friday night.
The undefeated 11-0 Jacksonville Cardinals are lining up against the 11-1 Union Pine Vikings. In this matchup right here, this is strength versus strength, because Union Pine, they have allowed just 75 total points this entire season. That's not a typo. 75 points in 12 games. That defense is legit. They average 35 points per game, and they're one of the most balanced offenses Jacksonville will face all year. With 170 rushing yards per game and 160 passing yards per game. Their common opponent is Harnett Central, who Union Pines beat 28-12. Union Pines is built to keep games close, control the ball, and punish mistakes. And let's talk about players. Running back Adrian Colon runs downhill, patient and strong. Haynes Tobias is a Chattanooga commit, a wide receiver / tight end hybrid. Linebacker Josiah Sadler, one of their defensive anchors. Their only loss this season was to 8A Pinecrest by 5 points. So let's talk keys. This game comes down to Jacksonville secondary. On film, Union Pines make big plays when DBs get greedy, when they go chasing eye candy instead of playing disciplined football. If the Cardinals stay disciplined, if they tackle in space, if they communicate and play their responsibilities, Jacksonville should keep flying. Union Pines is making a trip to Jacksonville on Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff, and Bobby Simpson Stadium better be packed. This is for a trip to the Eastern Regionals. This is legacy football now. And over at Commons Drive, the Northside Monarchs are hosting a huge game. The Monarchs are ranked 10th in 5A. Rocky Mount is ranked 11th. And the matchup is perfect on paper. Rocky Mount sits at 11-3 with their only losses to absolute monsters: Tarboro, Wilson Hunt, and Northern Nash. And guess what? All three of those teams are also playing in the fourth round. So those weren't losses, those were tests. Rocky Mount brings one of the nastiest rushing attacks in the state, averaging 240 rushing yards per game. 3 different running backs averaging 65 plus yards per game. It's a 3-headed monster. They come at you in waves. They don't stop. Defensively, they are led by senior linebacker Amari Dan, a tackling machine who plays with bad intentions. So here's the question going into Friday. Will the Monarchs defense bend but not break again? Because they've done it 2 weeks straight. They've battled, they've survived, they've adjusted, they've answered. But the bigger question might be, can Rocky Mount's defense stop Northside's high-power offense? 3J Gray is on fire. Zion Jones has added another gear to the run game, and Jamir Mitchell is a jump ball cheat code. Commons Drive is going to be chaos Friday. The crowd, the noise, the energy, this is history on the line. The Monarchs haven't been this deep in the playoffs in a long time, and now they're 1 win away from Eastern Regionals.
So, here we go. 2 teams, 1 city, 2 dreams still alive. Jacksonville, Northside, round 4 is coming. The stakes are higher than ever. The lights are brighter than ever. And the whole county is buzzing. So, before I go, I would like to leave you with this. Life is a lot like the game we love. The clock is always running. You get 4 quarters, maybe overtime if you're lucky. But nobody really knows when that final whistle is going to blow. Some folks waste the first half playing it safe, waiting for the perfect play. But by the time they realize, the game is already halfway gone. Every day, every possession, every chance you get is your moment. Either on the field, at work, or chasing your dream. You do not get those snaps back. You might fumble, you might throw a pick, you might even get benched for a season. But the real ones, they adjust, they learn, they come out in the next quarter swinging. Life is short. You can't wait till the final minutes to start playing ball. Leave it all out there. Every rep, every drive, every breath. Because one day, the lights will go out, and all that's going to matter is how you played the game. So whatever your rent is, get out there and compete. Not for stats, not for likes, but for a legacy. Because when that clock hits 0, you're going to be able to look up and say, Coach, I gave it everything I had.